Hello, I am the Notherian, and I am here for the third and final round of this draft event with a relatively aggressive Uterra deck, actually Uterra plus Tempest deck. Playing against Mr. Messy, he opens with Stonefist Giant. Um, so, this situation, I'm probably going to play a Stonefist Giant of my own. Yeah, I think in this situation I probably play my own Stonefist Giant, and then I guess either Bruiser or Magma Hound. Probably I'm going to level up the Bruiser. So I guess the question is whether or not the Bruiser buffs himself to put out a 5/6, or whether the Bruiser then buffs my Stonefist Giant to make a 3/8. Uh, so if I did happen, um, I think I'm going to, yeah, I think I'm going to play the Bruiser activating on the Stonefist Giant to make a 3/8. Isn't a great start to the game, but I think I'll be happy to have the Bruiser leveled up, and I'll match him Stonefist Giant for Stonefist Giant. Very glad to see a Wind Caller here. In particular, Wind Caller is a better than even trade against Stonefist Giant, and I can arrange a nice trade with, or I can block his Stonefist with my Wind Caller, getting a good trade, and then move either the Bruiser or the Stonefist Giant, whichever one is sitting in a bad situation. Likely, I'll probably end up moving the Bruiser. Oh nope, Bruiser died. Okay. Uh, so I think I'm still going to play the Wind Caller Shaman here, and then the choices between Mystic or Rhinehorn Charger or Prowler. Playing Prowler opposite the Zephyr Mage is quite appealing. Mystic into an empty lane is also appealing. Let's see. I think I'm going to Mystic into an empty lane. Is that... tough call here. Yeah, I think I'm going to Mystic into an empty lane. Now I'll probably end up Stormcallering. I'll probably end up hitting Stormcaller across from his Zephyr Mage, which I'm quite happy with. And then I have to decide whether to play a Zephyr Mage of my own, whether to play another Mystic. So he hits Forge Plate Sentry, setting him up. He's setting himself up for a better late game than I have. But that's so I'm going to need to take control of this board here quickly. Giving his Forge Plate Sentry movement is not actually going to help much. So I want to block his Zephyr Mage, and then probably I hit the Ashurian Mystic. Gives me 3 unblocked creatures. He really wants to draw a Magma Hound here. Magma Hound would be excellent for him. If he draws poorly here, I could have a very nice roar next turn. Looking at Stormcaller Roar, maybe Rhinehorn Charger Roar. if he plays like a Magma Hound and is able to completely clear my board, then I just play double storm. I just play double Stormcaller. But I think I'm slightly ahead here, but not as ahead as I like, considering that he's leveled up a he's leveled up a stronger set of mid to late game creatures than I have. Nexus Pilot, excellent. So very happy to see Nexus Pilot, a creature that I can ignore. Yes. So then I'm going to play Stormcaller and Roar. So this is actually a very nice Roar. Doesn't save my Mystic, but gets me a 10-8 and a 10-4, as well as some damage through. So that was a big turn for me. He didn't draw particularly well, and playing the Nexus Pilot was probably a good play for him, but it didn't do anything for protecting his health total. Also, Bruiser is a nice card because Bruiser can trade favorably with the Nexus Pilot while also having an effect on a second lane. So I'm probably looking at Bruiser into the middle lane, giving a boost to probably my 10-8 Stormcaller. Then maybe a Rhinehorn Charger is my other play. Okay. Yeah. So I like using the Bruiser to boost my Stormcaller because with the boost from Bruiser, Stormcaller can survive his Wind Primordial, which is important to me. And then I'll go and toss a Rhyhorn Charger in the other lane, getting him down to 60. Oh, and this is not a good draw for me. Yeah, what I'm really afraid of here is him tossing out something like a one of his strong level 2s, like a Forge Plate 2 or a Stonefist Giant 2. And then I've got an all level 1 hand to respond. Interesting question whether or not he's willing to trade his Wind Primordial for my Bruiser. He has a wounded Wind Primordial, I have a wounded Bruiser. He's probably willing to make that trade. I think the right answer for him is to hit me with the Wind Primordial and then probably move the Wind Primordial to block the Bruiser after combat. Zephyr Mage, good. Yeah, that's very nice. So it turns out he didn't draw anything that could answer. Yeah, he didn't draw anything that could answer my my Stormcaller directly. He had to spend 2 cards to get rid of it, which is excellent. So then I'm going to play Stormcaller definitely. Then I have a choice between either Hunting Pack or Cavern Hydra. Surely the Cavern Hydra is the better play. Do 5 damage to him. Still have 3 unblocked creatures. Yeah, with the Roar here. Getting the Roar on my Stonefist Giant is going to put me in a really strong position. So I might be able to pull this one off. It's going to be close. Because he does have level 2 creatures that I fear, although I was more scared of them last turn than this turn. Last turn I had a buffed Stormcaller, and I was afraid he'd be able to get a favorable trade with the buff Stormcaller. As it turns out here, yeah, this is... he gets a favorable trade with the Rhyhorn Charger, but the Rhyhorn Charger is not nearly as valuable to me. So... And having a Roar 3 in my deck could be... I mean, having a Roar 3 in my deck gives me outs later in the game. Drawing Roar 3, even if he takes control of the board, Roar 3 is the type of card that always has the potential to swing things. So keep my fingers crossed. Hope I get lucky with Roar 3. I don't have any good answers to his Forge Plate Sentry. So it's going to be a close game. Here I'm probably doing something like Deep Branch Prowler and Bruiser. I at least consider playing the Enrage, depending on exactly how he blocks. Definitely not planning on blocking his Forge Plate Sentry here. I'll just take the damage. I've got a health lead. The advantage of having a health lead is that having a health lead allows me to... having a health lead allows me to just to ignore his threat here. So, could do Prowler Bruiser, which I was considering earlier. Could enrage the Stonefist Giant. The advantage of enraging the Stonefist Giant is that it can then trade with many level 3s. At a 15-19, it's actually like a strong level 3 card. Also, the other thing I have to consider is Lightning Brand Brawler, which would get me 16 damage plus 12. Interesting. I think this is a tough situation. I think I'm going to cross my fingers and give myself a very large Stonefist Giant. I think that's probably... So if I went with Cinderfist, Cinderfist gives me 16 and 12 is 28. Yeah, it's just he's not quite low enough for me to try spending 2 cards to get through Cinderfist damage. So I think that I'm going to yeah, so I think I'm going to Bruiser on the Stonefist Giant and then enrage the Stonefist Giant for a 15-21. Brings him down to 33, which is a good situation for me. I think I'm happy with this state of affairs. At some point I need to deal with his threats because my health lead is evaporating quickly. Could trade my Stormcaller for his Forge Plate Sentry. That might be my best option here. And he kills the Stonefist Giant, but he's going to use both plays to kill the Stonefist Giant. No, actually, he lets that through. Actually, now I need to be thinking, I've got 20 damage hitting him on the board. I need another 13. Cannot quite get it. So, very dangerous play here. I can Stormcaller and Lightning Brand my Stormcaller, which gets him down to 1 life. Gets him down to 1 life with 3 unblocked aggressive creatures. He's... he hasn't shown me Magma Hound. He could have a Magma Hound in his deck, which would just win it for him. Hmm. Um, what are my other options? So my other options is I could do like 20 some damage with Stonefist and Bruiser. Uh, Aranti Warbringer blocks the pilot. Stormcaller trades with the sentry. Um, huh. I'm gives me like 24 damage on him, which brings him down to 9. Uh, I think that's the safer play. So I'm at 30, he's at 9. There's my Roar 3. Okay. Um, so Roar 3 plus Mystical win it for me here. Uh, huh. Very, very close game. Exciting at the end. Uh, I think playing it safe at the end, given given the Mystics I had in my deck, I think playing it safe at the end was the right move. Although, um, uh, probably a good chance that I still win it, even if I go with the all-out aggression of Lightning Branding my Stormcaller. But anyway, this was fun. I really enjoy playing Tempest, Uterra, aggressive decks as much as any other archetype. I think Tempest Aloyan and Tempest Uterra aggression decks are my two favorite draft decks to play. Not saying that they're the most effective, just that they're the ones that I think I enjoy playing most. And managed to pull a 3-1, 3-0 here in this draft event. And